to the championship bed.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still going to be feeling pretty good. But then we're going to be getting into. You know what? Let's just do some predictions of some sort.
You love it. Let's do it.
I
know you couldn't wait.
The maps and stuff down, and there's a lot of things that can happen. I think that the vetoes are going to be incredibly important. What champions are going to be picked versus, etc. The matchups themselves. I think I see a small advantage for. Never mind, we've got the picks and bans.
Well, now you're cheating because the pick and bans are available.
Okay, I think I see a small advantage for Raisy, but I think DaHanG has been getting better and better as the tournament goes on, which is why I've been kind of having my doubts a little bit. So we'll have to take a look. Corrupted Keep is going to be first. This is the map that DaHanG lost versus Genic. I was concerned versus Avec because Avec had a lead going, but then suddenly DaHanG just got the better of him and extended this massive lead.
Look at that immediate hell no clutch ban. I love that. I love that.
Let's not mess around.
Again, Corrupted Keep, Blood Covenant, Veil, Molten, and Awoken. If it takes it that far, we got Strog and Peeker, a staple of DaHanG's arsenal. Can't wait to see more Peeker plays. Galena on Raisy. We got Nyx versus Visor, Eisen versus Doom, Slash versus Anarchy on Molten. That's going to be high-octane action. And DK BJ.
Yeah, there's a lot to be had over here. Just a light champion matchup on Molten. Would love to be able to get that far. I'm expecting maps to be going either way this series.
Do you think there could be a sweep?
I think it's possible, but I'm not expecting it. And honestly, it could go either way, is the funny thing. It depends how prepared is Raisy. He's had a good end to the weekly games. But is that going to transition the way that it wants to once he gets onto the stage? I always expect absolute fire from Raisy. I think going into QuakeCon, he was actually one of the favorites between him and Rafa to be winning the event. He seemed to go a little quiet during the weekly games. He woke up a lot at the end, but is this enough to justify seeing him as a big favorite? I don't think it's a big favorite at all.
I think it's too close. I don't know. But after what we just saw, I just don't know anything anymore. I'm still shocked. I'm shell-shocked. I'll never be okay. But Raisy DaHanG, it should be a fantastic even matchup. But again, any given Sunday, it's an overused phrase, but it means a lot, especially on a championship Sunday like today, Zoot.
True. So let's talk about the first map. Because we've got Corrupted Keep, we've got Galena and Strog, I believe. I think Galena is a very solid pick. It tends to be a staple pick for a lot of players on that map. But it's going versus the Strog of DaHanG. You've got to be careful of, if he's got the ability up, you do not want to push too hard into him because that's what he wants you to do. He's
got his pilot's license. If anyone missed the set, I mean, the man has his pilot's license with Peeker. It's absolutely insane, the reads and the plays and his control over that.
I thought, I've got him low. I've got him on the run. He's got 50 health left. He goes around a corner, and all of a sudden, that Peeker flies at you, doing the 15 damage, then goes in for the cruise missile form.
And his ability to dodge.
Yeah, and if you're not aware of that for just a split second, then that's the difference between life and death and potentially winning or losing that entire map. And Raisy has got a really strong history on Corrupted Keep too. It's been known as Raisy's Keep. He's certainly got some great chances to win that map. Honestly, Corrupted Keep and Blood Covenant can really go either way.
It's going to be, I'm always wanting 5 maps. I'm selfish. I want all 5, but we'll see. I think you're right about Raisy's Keep. I think he has to have the slight advantage on that. But we'll see. I mean, we saw a very strong play from DaHanG on that just earlier today. So,
yeah, it's been up and down. It's never been entirely solid, but he's taken advantage of a player like Avec where he just has that quick moment where he's not thinking about the Peeker, and suddenly that allows the frag, that allows control. And then DaHanG gets into that comfort zone where you have that mega health, you have the heavy armor going, and you suddenly can slow the game down to a pace that you want, and you can force an aggressive player like Avec to just chill for a moment. If Raisy is in an aggressive mood, he can be unrelenting. If DaHanG's only going to feel comfortable going against that if he's able to somehow get some good control. Otherwise, his defensive rockets are going to have to be better than ever.
So what you're saying is 3-0 Raisy?
No, I think I'm 3-1 Raisy.
I was really close. Really close.
So you were predicting my prediction?
Yeah.
What's yours?
Playing the meta game. I honestly, it's too close to tell. I don't know.
Because we're starting to run out of Americans.
Don't tell me that. I abstain. There's 2 left. There's 2 hopes.
That's true. There's 2. DaHanG and Saiga. I mean, there's plenty of action from NA still to come.
Yeah, why are they trying to hurt my boys? I don't know.
I mean, we just had I'd call it a big upset. I would say
I think that was probably one of the biggest upsets of the tournament.
I mean, Cypher's just come from challenges. And I'll be honest, his shape going through challenges has been good in challenges, but I wasn't sure, is this something that's going to translate to Quake Pro League? And it's been translating amazing. He's built so much confidence through the tournament. We've just seen, I think, the best Cypher that we've seen in about 5 years.
I was going to say, it's not even that he won, it's the way that he won.
Yeah.
It was insanely dominant from Cypher, and I don't think anybody expected that. We knew it was going to be close, 3-2. Either way, it would have been fine if Cypher edged it out, but the way that he won was absolutely insane.
Yeah, and again, to continue with Rafa Cypher, the amount of respect they have at the end, you know, it's not about cheering and celebrating because there's too much
way too much history.
Yeah. So it's nothing but love between those guys, but it serves as a very useful benchmark for Cypher to know how well he can do and what actually is the peak that he can get to. With DaHanG and Raisy, eyeing up someone like Cypher in the semifinals, I don't know if they're feeling good about that or not. If you just got rid of Rafa, you're thinking, actually, winning this...
I think you don't even think about that.
Yeah.
I think you can't. You're in the server, you're in the game, you worry about your opponent. Raisy, eyes on DaHanG, eyes on Raisy. How can I deal with this? One map at a time, one item cycle at a time.
For sure.
And that's the way that you have to move throughout the rest of this tournament as we are getting into the second map, or second game, rather, of Top 8 shortly between Maestro Raisy and Liquid DaHanG here in the beautiful Cathedral of Frags.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to talk about the history between what we could get in the future, because I'm lingering on that right now. Raisy and Cypher, if they go together, you're looking at old PGL, you're looking at rivalries they've been having online, you're looking at the double long sets that they used to have to determine who could get into the top 8s. DaHanG and Cypher history goes back a lot longer. If we get that, that's a repeat of QuakeCon finals, of loads of dramatic matches that they've had in the past, where it's always been tension-filled. And I think there's going to be some, like people like Jahar are going to be reeling back at the possibilities of if we saw a DaHanG versus a Cypher. With Raisy and DaHanG, there isn't as much history. It's more recent. They've played their fair share of sets through the likes of DreamHack Denver and things like that, but it's...
which, if I'm not mistaken, DaHanG won that one.
DaHanG won... Raisy won the event.
But what DreamHack did DaHanG win?
He won DreamHack Winter 2017.
The one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So they're kind of taking it in turns a little bit in terms of shape, but that was the year that DaHanG's shape was unbelievably good. And then moving on forward, I think there's been a little bit of a dip, but is this, again, the rise? DaHanG being knocked out of the top 8 immediate qualification, or the top 4 of the global leaderboard, and then now climbing back through, being able to have a chance to actually... Sorry, Raisy, I actually deserve this spot, not you, even though Rafa is the one who pushed me into this position.
But you also have to worry about the fatigue mid-tournament. Granted, he's been winning, he's been taking 2-1s, but all these games wear and tear on you, especially at this stage. Second day, you've been playing a lot. Is that going to affect DaHanG? We might see some fatigue. We might not. I don't know. Maybe he slammed 2 more energy drinks on his way out to the stage.
I think he's got a particular level of focus, though. This is someone who's a long-term veteran of the game. He takes it incredibly seriously. If there is any, he's definitely not going to let it show.
We're going to get into it now. Appreciate the patience, guys. Raisy versus DaHanG right now. Map number 1, Corrupted Keep. More top 8 action. Who is going to move on? We will find out shortly as Raisy makes his way over to the LG. And the Peeker play immediately shut down by Raisy. Well done to deal with that. Doesn't want anything to do with that. A little bit of shotgun damage as he just keeps peering over the edge of that statue. He's going to jump over, grab the vials. Lots of LG from DaHanG. Raisy reeling after that fight. DaHanG looking pretty strong.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get himself the heavy, so he's just going to do a little turnaround, go to the Mega Health instead. The LG's good. Shotgun blast is going to work, and Raisy quite quickly is going to get first blood on Corrupted Keep.
That LG turnaround, though, threw down the totem, grabbed the Mega, stopped the onslaught, and the onslaught from him won't stop as the shotgun comes out, but DaHanG makes it rain with the LG.
No LG from Raisy. That really hurt. Pika play was perfect from DaHanG, but right off the spawn, Raisy's going to chase down with the machine gun. And is this an aggressive game that Raisy is going to want to continue playing? Because he's been chasing all over the place. That rocket so close, 38 health. There's the bubbles. Heavy up in a couple of seconds. But we have got DaHanG racing through. The totem is going to help quite a bit. But DaHanG is really strong at the moment. He can't do much. That's an immediate refrag, 2 for 2. Is Raisy going to do it all over again?
Just a slugfest right now, minute 30 in, 2-2. Good machine gun damage from below as DaHanG waiting on this Mega. Could be deadly. There's the peeker play from down under. 56 damage on that one. That's going to be enough to force Raisy away. DaHanG with a clean Mega after that play.
I think Raisy was trying to slow him down a bit so he can get onto the heavy. He has that totem to heal him up a little bit. Raisy's stack is not terrible in comparison, but he has to switch the weapons. Needed a couple nails to hit. DaHanG now in the lead.
The LG pushed him off of the bridge. That is so crucial right there. Raisy did not want that to happen. 3-2. DaHanG punishes appropriately, takes advantage of the situation. Almost hits that rocket on the exit, but the machine gun, Raisy wants to fight. There's the peeker, deals with it nicely. Again, Mega for DaHanG. And now he can push in, takes care of the totem, takes a lot of damage from that machine gun. The nail, can he cut off into the rocket? But he has the perfect read on that jump, and so much nail damage from Raisy. DaHanG on 1 HP.
Is he going to meet him then? No, Raisy is going to bypass it, move over to the nail room, has the health bubbles a little bit. Let's see what kind of positions we'll have set up for the Mega Health. That's going to be a big point of contention. Raisy's going to run right through DaHanG, not expecting that at all. Totally caught off guard. And now the Mega Spawn comes in, chasing with the LG. Oh, the shotgun doesn't even get hit by the pummel. I love the denial too.
And DaHanG just trying to post up at that point, trying to do any damage he can. Raisy looking so stacked. Really living up to the name of Raisy's Keep, but it's still really close. 4-3. DaHanG battling back with the LG totem in hand for Raisy. Down it goes. Shotgun out. And that's a frag in the bag for Raisy.
He's going to find him again. Oh, that lightning gun off the spawn shotgun. Just another quick little blast, and that is another 6-3. Raisy is starting to pick up some momentum. DaHanG has to think about how to slow this one down.
Beautiful rocket jump, steals the heavy out from under DaHanG. The shotgun blasts, again, too strong. 7-3, just piling it on right now. Raisy playing absolutely crazy.
I mean, the rocket jump to get over to the heavy armor, his timing is perfect. Getting a lot of pressure on those from these rockets. 38 health, up the bounce pad, hits one, but the air rocket there from DaHanG. Can he get back in? Even with this Mega Health, the control is fickle. And he's respecting the shotgun now because Raisy's been very dynamic with the types of weapons that he's been using. He's now getting himself onto the heavy armor. DaHanG, despite getting the last kill, isn't going to be feeling amazing. A little bit of good Pika play, but Raisy's still outstacking him.
This totem's coming back to haunt DaHanG here as Raisy's doing a good job of using them sparingly. Almost getting that overstack, has 2 up currently. 18 seconds till the next one, fighting for this Mega. Weird angles, but the shotgun point blanks are gonna punish DaHanG in the drop down. 9-4.
The amount of damage that he's been doing with that weapon, absolutely wild. Takes the heavy, loses a lot of the overstack, but it's again with the shotgun, and DaHanG can't deal with that pressure. We're not even halfway in. And Raisy, I mean, he's come straight onto the stage and has no fear at all.
How much buckshot can a man take? 11-4. DaHanG is getting lit up. The peeker play is actually quite nice. 27 HP. He's going to grab a bubble.
Whoa.
Raisy doing great machine gun damage, though. As we're rounding the 5th minute mark here in this duel. Halfway through, 11-4. Raisy looking so strong. Again, it is Raisy's Keep.
It is. I didn't realize he owned it this much at the moment.
He's definitely not renting. He owns it. He owns it. Solid deed and everything. There's a totem in hand. All the totems have been dealt with for now. Mega will go to Raisy. A little bit of rocket damage from DaHanG. And every bit of damage is going to count here as a 7 frag deficit is going to be huge to come back from with 5 minutes.
Down below. Oh, watch out for the peeker. Hello, mate.
What? DaHanG with a frag, 11-5. As everything is getting a bit hazy as Raisy goes down. Things are just crazy. DaHanG can't be lazy as he's down 6.
I hope that everything is okay for you guys.
Everything's completely fine. Why are you worried?
Not worried at all, but Raisy having to be careful at the moment. Seems to have been some hiccups, but he's pressing on forward from that. Has had the totem out, gets rid of the Pika. Applying a bit of pressure with the lightning gun. And that's going to be going down. DaHanG starting to make a bit of a comeback at the moment. 3 frags between them.
Huge stack on DaHanG right now. So he's going to grab the Mega and just add to his pool of resources here. Sliding around looking for Raisy. Needs to add to the frags. 3 down. Time ticking. Oh, there's a peeker play, and that was pretty. DaHanG just so good at using that peeker. The totem goes down, the rockets come out, the Mega is stolen, and DaHanG wants another frag. And with the LG, the frag he will get 10 to 11, 7 minutes in.
Yeah, he's managed to get full control of the situation. And has made an alarming amount of kills in the last couple of minutes. Hopefully for Raisy, he can cobble it together a little bit after the dominant start to the game. His rockets have gone crazy again, finds another, and he's starting to get back on his feet a little here on Corrupted Keep. That will feel a lot better for Raisy.
He knew he couldn't push for the Mega, unfortunately for him, but he does have health bubbles to work with to get that stack back. And that frag hopefully will be the start to some defense and stopping the bleeding here as Raisy deals with that peeker again so well. It's only been a couple times, that one play near the heavy where DaHanG really had an amazing peeker play. For the most part, Raisy's been dealing with it nicely. Down goes the totem for a little bit of extra insurance before the Mega comes up. Nice little string of nails, lands a few.
It's quite scary now that Raisy's got the HMG because he didn't have it before, and when zooming in, he was being so effective with it.
2 minutes left, 2 frags, and that HMG is going to be pivotal in some of these angles, and that rocket is a good start. A little bit of LG as well. Are we going to see the machine gun? There it is near the end there. And even that, 2-3 bullets. That's an insane amount of damage with the MG. Heavy MG, to be specific.
Raisy had a bit of a 10-second miss time there, so he's going to apply some pressure to the Mega Health. This is a really good idea while he's waiting for the heavy behind to spawn. So he's going to go back, take another look. It's okay, all fine. I might have mistimed it before, but everything is perfect at the moment.
Peeker play comes in. Again, DaHanG getting what he wanted out of that one. LG on LG, totem in pocket if he wants it. There's the throwdown. DaHanG has 225s to work with. Swap to the MG, and the mutual frag goes in favor of Raisy. DaHanG not happy about that one.
Yeah, he really needed that to go his way. But even if he got the kill, he would have been left with 10, 20 points of health. He needed to have more in order to perpetuate the control a bit. He'll get the heavy in a second, but now we're in a sort of even situation again. With sub 60 seconds to go, lacking a lot of weapons. This is very, very difficult for DaHanG.
Grabbing the LG. Really only has that and the machine gun to work with. He's going to take a lot of LG damage from Raisy as the positioning is not good for Raisy now as he's stuck behind the statue. The peeker play won't really net him any damage. 30 seconds in the LG from around the corner. Obliterates DaHanG. 14 to 11 and off the spawn he's going to get another one as DaHanG only has nails and can't land them. 15 to 11. Raisy pulling away, and I think this one is a done and dusted, Zoot.
Yeah, it does look to be the way, and he might be able to pick up another little back point right at the end. As DaHanG going to continue pushing towards him. But after the turbulent midsection of the game, Raisy manages to claw back that control, because when DaHanG was coming back into it, it looked very scary while he seemed to be perpetually at like 150, 150. That is GG, though. Our defending champion here at Lucca is going to pick up his first map for his first time on stage this weekend.
Yeah, it looked like we entered the Matrix a little bit there as DaHanG was hitting his stride, but Raisy shuts that down after a while, secures map number 1.
Indeed, we will be going over to Blood Covenant after. I just want to talk about the start of the game, though. How aggressive Raisy seemed to be being immediately. There was no time to slow down, even if it seemed like he was out of control. It's like, right, do damage.
That play was really great. Throw down the totem. You're not coming in the doorway. Here's some LG. Mega's behind me. That was really good. Yeah, a bit of a slugfest on both ends.
Indeed, he was getting caught out in some instances, and this is where DaHanG was starting to do quite well. But Raisy was just converting afterwards. He managed to get it to 3-3, and then the pressure seemed to be all on DaHanG for the next 2 to 4 minutes.
Just really good use of the totem here. I could push you, I have extra health, and just catching him out with LG and getting so much mileage out of that shotgun.
And the way that he was rocket jumping towards the heavy armor to get the control going for himself, or at least to continue the control. And DaHanG was like, there's no way he gets here in X amount of time, and he was there in X amount of time.
So, needless to say, Raisy lives up to the name of Raisy's Keep.
Yeah. He does very well.
He doesn't like guests in his home, Zoo, is what I took away from that. He's not a fan. He doesn't have a guest bed. Get out.
Something that's been really difficult for Raisy in the past is how he handles the series after losing the first map. Being the type of person who has that sort of emotional reaction and finds it difficult to kind of like get himself out of that slump of just a map loss, which seems so minor when you go into sort of a best-of-5 situation. But he's become a lot more headstrong, and now he can run with the punches a little more. And
that you have to be mentally tough, especially in a best-of-5. It's very easy to get in your own head as we take a look at the map. Stats from that one. Yeah, it's good to hear. And DaHanG on the other side is going to need that same mental toughness going in to the next map. After a tough loss, it was close. He almost clawed it back, but Raisy snuffed that out immediately and said, no, please don't. Please get out of my house.
And Raisy's aim was actually looking really good. That's the one thing that I was a bit skeptical about online, is that it didn't look like he was normally hitting the caliber of shots that I expected to see from him. And now we get into our first map, and it feels like, well, let's put aside those worries. Raisy's here, right? He's not messing around. And he's bringing that aim with him. Now we're going to be going over to a map that has got the railgun, and the railgun is going to be a pretty defining feature. It is Blood Covenant with DaHanG on the visor and Raisy on the Nyx.
Are we going to see that same level of aim from Raisy as DaHanG popping the vision immediately, and he's going to cut off at the railgun, a little bit of LG. Raisy looking for that shot just in case, backing out, saying if you peek, I will destroy you. DaHanG is going to drop down, grab the 50 shard, waiting patiently, doesn't want to take a rail, make sure it's safe, but he needs to be careful going up this jump pad, and here comes the fight. LG on nail, swap to rail is going to net him so much damage, almost railable, but that blood pool pickup is going to help him just for the time being.
Yes, Raisy gets an easy heavy. As a light champion, you're not feeling too bad. You have to be aware about when that piercing sight is going to be used by DaHanG. Within that certain range, you're able to hear it go off. Some small silence to see if Raisy wants to traverse these pillars. This light will be up. And DaHanG now can make his next move. He knows which direction Raisy's going from the heavy, and he has got that perfect timing on it, thanks to using the ability. Does this translate into anything extra after? Raisy does go up the bounce pad, manages to hit one rail, but it's a fairly even trade overall. And I think Hourglass control is also something to look out for with these two champions, because it can be a race to get your cooldown off as soon as possible.
Ooh, really good tri-bolt there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The minute you pop your ability, you want to try and make your way towards whatever shards you could find so you can get the Ghost Walk and or the Vision back immediately. It was a really good rail from Raisy there. As you kind of get the sense that this is going to be one of those very slow rail, have an opening kind of games. Nothing too crazy from either side, at least yet. DaHanG waiting on the opening, playing this banana. There's another great rail from around the corner. Raisy keeping DaHanG low here as he drops down to the 50. Vision's going to be up, and he's going to pop it to make his way cleanly towards the Mega.
Being very silent though overall. It's going to be a bit more of a commitment now with the rail landing, and even with the Mega health picked up, Raisy might want to fight a bit more. Light armor down on the floor. And Raisy bait that one in a bit. Good rocket, but Ghost Walk's just been used. Raisy still has a good stack and finds the rail off the Ghost Walk. We have first blood spilled.
And that's just such a good place to use Ghost Walk. So confusing. Which pillar did you go behind? Where did you go? And Raisy hits him with the peekaboo. Rail in the back. That's the first frag. DaHanG already low off the spawn. 50 HP is going to grab a 50 shard. Still needs to be careful. Vision is back up. He might pop that just to try and stay alive for as long as he can. Mega's up, and I like this delay from Raisy here.
Very nice. Got a bit of time to play with between the items, which may work out for him, but DaHanG laying off some 90s here. Ghost Walk up while we have 20 seconds to piercing sight. Just a quick move across the map. It's going to be Mega Health next. The Ghost Walk now being used. He has spotted which direction DaHanG's going to go, and he seems to be struggling to punish on these major item pickups. He was near the rockets for a moment as he edged back. He's still guarding on top of the bridge, and that is a solid rail as Raisy comes around the corner. With Heavy behind, DaHanG might be able to secure this, but he's pushed forward instead to Banana. We've got a drop down. Rocket does land. Oh, this is close, and it ends up being a mutual frag. A very aggressive drop from Raisy.
And I think DaHanG salvaged that very well. That could have gone very pear-shaped, as you might say. But the mutual comes out. DaHanG still down by 1 frag, and pops the vision now as he makes his way over to the bridge and dodging that rail, grabbing some rockets. Wants a rail really bad, needs to be careful though.
Just following his movements exactly there. DaHanG doesn't want to pick up the line gun, not to give off that sound cue, but decides that, you know what?
I need it.
Yeah,
this is an important weapon.
At some point, you just have to. If you don't have it already, be careful.
Good heavy machine gun. Jakes, as the heavy armor is picked up by DaHanG. Good rail from Raisy. Another one. DaHanG returns. There's the vision popped. Ooh, that rocket. Up the jump pad he goes. Ghostwalk has been popped, and Raisy makes his great escape. DaHanG looking a little bit of panic there. There's the wall jump over. Aggressive play from Raisy. The Mega will get taken. Raisy gets that frag. Very, very aggressive, but it pays off.
Even with the Mega Health going towards DaHanG, he still managed to have the damage output. Again, you expect that sort of level of respect when someone goes through the choke point to run away from you. You're not expecting him to come back through. That Ghost Walk was already used as well, so it wasn't like it was trying to be by surprise. It was just through different medium was.
No, that was definitely a you're going to have to hit all your shots kind of play. And Raisy just proving that his LG is very, very strong, something to be feared. DaHanG has the stack now, 5:30 in, still down by 2. Raisy waiting patiently at the rail. Times it perfectly, misses the shot. DaHanG's going to get away with one. Ghostwalk is popped. There's a great rail from Raisy on the drop down.
And it's right after the heavy armor is picked up, so it manages to have big effect, having no overstack on DaHanG. Careful around the corner here by HMG spawn. DaHanG going to get out of there. Some choke points you don't want to go through, but they're going to rendezvous again over near Rockets. Raisy is weak. He needs to get out a little bit. Is DaHanG going to be chasing? He's not far away, but he drops down to Banana. Oh, he finds him, and Raisy can't react in time. DaHanG with a chance to come back a little more. 1 frag behind. It's totally possible.
Plenty of time right there as DaHanG was kind of waiting for the spawn, and instead Raisy will gift it to him up the jump pad, but with so much LG, DaHanG wasn't ready with the wrong weapon out. Needs to be extremely careful. 3 seconds to the Mega. Pops the vision for a little bit of insurance. He sees him go up the jump pad. Is he going to get this rail? And he is. Raisy couldn't get through the doorway in time. Now he's got to retreat.
Yeah, it's back to the light armors. Back to smaller resources on the map. DaHanG going to deny one down lower Banana. Now has the heavy. DaHanG's stack is pretty scary. Silver lining for Raisy as he has a bit of armor, but more importantly his Ghost Walk. I don't think Raisy would have heard this, so I'd expect at least 90 damage to come out somehow. But he's actually going to chase a bit more direct. It's a good rocket.
Such good defensive rockets from Raisy.
Oh, what, the rail too? Raisy surely can't chase on this now. He's going to back away. He finds a 25. Finds a light. His rockets were reminding me of the Venga versus base moments on Blood Covenant.
Yeah, very, very solid plus back rockets. Exactly what Raisy needed as he's maintaining this 1 frag lead and just eating away at this clock. DaHanG, as the time ticks away, is going to become more and more desperate, going to have to risk more and more. There's the vision. He's going to miss out on that rail. That's going to be huge. He still gets all that data, so he might be able to drop down, make something happen. He misses the last second of information where he saw Raisy drop to the final level there down in the basement of the caverns in the pillar room now. Rockets raining down, Tribal raining up here. Damage exchange from the players. DaHanG is going to make his way quickly over to the heavy. He's going to grab a 50 shard on the way. So stack in favor of DaHanG. Here's the aggressive Ghost Walk play. DaHanG doesn't know. Behind him, here come the Rockets. The LG forcing him down, followed by the rail. 30 at HP. DaHanG has to get out of here in big trouble.
Oh, he's close. Does he want to use the piercing sight? He kind of has to help him survive a little. Raisy's still respecting that some damage can come out, that he might not be able to defend. But, oh god, he drops down. 38 health left for DaHanG. Raisy surely has enough resources to go for this, but he's been so careful, just ensuring that he gets into the mega health. You would have expected Raisy to pull the trigger on this and could put himself to 4-2, sorry.
And DaHanG is the fortunate one to get away from that one, but Raisy, a
Definitely.
missed opportunity to add to his frag lead.
I wonder if he deliberately didn't finish it because DaHanG could respawn with 50 armor and maybe get himself close to a weapon.
Keep the
and
stack
could be a
low, keep
threat.
him starved maybe.
Yeah, exactly, because he spent the last 20-30 seconds still having no armor. He might have weapons, but he doesn't have enough to push Raisy.
Was that a ghost walk perfectly timed? That was incredible.
I think so. He just managed to avoid that damage.
Phase shift. That rail was pretty good. DaHanG's going to need more of that. 1 minute left looking for the frag. Raisy is giving him opportunities. DaHanG won't cash in. 10 HP and Raisy peaks again and hits it. That's 4-2. You can see the disappointment on DaHanG's face. Not happy. 40 seconds left, down by 2, and this is where you get desperate. You have to grab a weapon. You have to start pushing. Raisy has that mobility with the double jump, has that rail. He's been hitting his rockets. This is going to be extremely difficult.
Yep, there's not much time left. DaHanG has to be on the hunt. He has to take every single risk possible. The 1%ers, go for it. Up the bounce pad, he's going to be sent right back down to the bottom. And if that resource lost, Raisy should be feeling pretty confident. Right back up the bounce pad, but one more rail for Raisy. He wanted to get the pummel, but the rail hits, and it's like, you know what, let's just secure it. There's one off the spawn. Is there another rail? It finds it just as Heavy's picked up. And there's the HMG making it 6-2 for Raisy, now putting him on match point.
A bit of an exclamation mark near the end there, and you saw the confidence. He's like, I already won. Here's a gauntlet, but I don't know. Raisy looking really strong up 2-0. What is happening? What's going on today? What's in the water in Italy?
Indeed. I think Raisy's actually in great form at the moment. He looks at peace with himself.
He's meditated today.
Yeah, but so confident on the server, the way that he's composing himself.
This push right here. No business doing that, even with the mega pickup. Perfect LG.
It was totally wild. And I thought that was a bit distracting for DaHanG, the fact that he was dealing with that push. But you have to be able to anticipate those type of moves from a player like Raisy. You have to have that spam coming out. You have to have the right weapon LG. If you're caught with the wrong weapon out, it's, yeah, it can be goodbye, like in those scenarios.
So going into map number 3, all the pressure on DaHanG as we take a look at the stats from that map again. Raisy taking it over DaHanG. He's up 2-0 in the series. We're going to head over to Vale shortly. And I think it's going to be Eisen versus a Doom guy.
I believe so, if my notes serve me correctly. I think this is a good spot for DaHanG. I think Eisen's incredibly solid on this map. I think you can never really go wrong, regardless of who you're going against. You've got at least that sort of that 50-50. Just on the champion picking, obviously, execution, as always, is going to be the trump card there. But Doom with Raisy, that's another of his sort of top champions, I would say. The thing with Raisy, though, out of, I'd say, all the players, he's probably got the most diverse champion portfolio. He's been known for so many different champions and getting success with so many of them over the last couple of years. It's hard to pick a champion and say, yeah, Raisy won't be at his top form on this one.
Yeah. I mean, these players are playing at such a high level throughout this whole tournament. The champions are just that added twist, that added flavor to their already immense skill ceiling. The Doom double jump might come in play here. Extremely hard to hit rockets with him jumping all around. But we're going to jump into the third map, Raisy versus DaHanG. Is Raisy going to sweep? We might see that as we're going to start off on Raisy right now. He's going to grab the heavy and drop on down to the nail. Heavy machine gun as well. Why not some rail? And he's going to pause and meditate again, because that's what he does, as he has DaHanG with the rockets waiting below the jump pad here.
Yeah, I hope that Raisy's all right there. Ooh, Raisy's out, so I'm going to guess that we have a little reset on our going on. We didn't have any frags taking place, so there won't be any drama there.
Early on in the game, too.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to kind of try and get him back into the server as soon as we can. But again, the pressure all on DaHanG. This is a huge map, pivotal. He needs this to stay alive. I mean, you always talk about the mental toughness thing, and you always talk about, okay, I have to just move forward and forget about the last 2 games, but you just watched your teammate play. You just saw what happened. Now you're down 0-2. These thoughts have to be in your head.
I don't want to suggest it, but I'm going to.
How dare you?
Team Liquid
I mean,
out,
look at that.
out at the
When have you
quarters.
seen DaHanG like that?
Yeah, he's got to focus, man. He's got to get through. He's got to avenge his brethren's.
He's looking
falling.
through his Excel spreadsheets. He's running the numbers. He's looking at the graphs. He's looking at the data. He's trying to account for everything right now.
Does he work with big data?
That's what he huge data. Huge data. Data that's in the cloud.
I want to talk about Veil and between these players. Not just DaHanG, but in North America, Veil is a very popular map. It's very, just the region has welcomed it, I think, the most in the world.
I think it's even more popular with this shift to time. In rounds, it was a little more frowned upon, but with time duel, it's a little more, the flow's a little bit better. Veil makes a little bit more sense. It's still extremely deadly, but yeah, in NA, it's played a lot.
Exactly. And the thing is, in EU CIS region, Veil is much more a niche pick. There's not a lot of people who really call themselves Veil experts. But Raisy last year is when we found out that actually he can play Veil just as well as any North American can. And that's where we saw him actually taking that victory over Rafa in the grand final. So seeing him in here on Veil and looking at the big data.
In the cloud.
In the cloud, all over the place.
Yep.
I think it's at least even. DaHanG has definitely got a shot here. I think he's got a great champion for it, but it's, this isn't your typical random NA versus random EU where normally an NA player would have a great advantage, I think, on this map.
I think it might come down to the turret placement from DaHanG. If he could set up appropriate traps with it, if he can get those advantageous 2v1 situations, maybe right outside the telly, maybe down by rail somewhere or by that armor shard in LG. All of that damage. I mean, we've seen Wally pop off very hard. If you come out a corner and you don't realize, you get hit with 45, 60 damage, and then by the time you know it, you're getting LG'd as well. It can obliterate you. So the traps from DaHanG have to be perfect. But again, I mean, Raisy, he knows that going in. He knows how to play against Aizen.
I wonder if Doom can... Obviously, there's one thing is like the way that you move around the turret, you can avoid the damage based on how long it takes that projectile to get to you. But also the verticality, can the jumping over also confuse the turret? So I wonder if he's going to play around it on a sort of 360 spherical kind of...
Now this is huge data in the cloud. This is like 5-dimensional data, Zoot. You're blowing my mind right now.
60 chess, all of it.
All of it. As DaHanG, I mean, this might actually be a good little breather for DaHanG.
He might actually. He might.
He might be really, lucky in this situation. Kind of getting a breather, doesn't have to go straight into the third map. Can, as we see, kind of collect his thoughts. Think about, okay, what do I need to do to maximize my chances of taking this map?
It's been pretty rapid fire, map to map, and now I actually think, okay, what is Raisy doing unusually? I think it's those surprise attacks. Sometimes Raisy makes those double backs where. You're used to seeing Cypher, who got famous more or less not just for his victories, but for the double peaks and triple peaks. Just as you think he goes away, he'll just do a wide peak and do a bit of extra damage. Raisy doesn't really double peak or triple peak. He just double peaks, but right back into the room to the other side of it, and you have no idea what's going on. Yeah. And he catches you off guard, and you've already prepared another weapon for the situation you've anticipated, and it's all changed. DaHanG, I think, has got to be much more certain of when he sees Raisy disappear from the room, add an extra 5 seconds to when you think he's disappearing, and be ready to pull the trigger again.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it on Blood Covenant. The double jump off the wall straight into the Mega, knowing it's going to spawn, fighting for it, even with disadvantage on positioning, he pushed in, and he got the frag, and stuff like that can just put you on tilt. Maybe not even tilt necessarily, but I can't believe he just did that.
Yeah.
And then those 10, 15 seconds that you're in your own head, that can add to another frag, another missed timing, and it could spiral out of control. So I think Raisy making those kind of plays and having them work are probably lingering into DaHanG's head a little bit.
Yeah. Do you think DaHanG's someone who actually allows those negative thoughts to continue? Because I've always found that he's quite animated
He expresses himself very well while streaming.
I love watching his stream.
Big fan. Big fan. If you haven't already, give him a follow.
The way that he comments about himself, whether he makes a good play or a bad play, it's too amusing. But I get the feeling that he always is able to hard reset.
Well, for his sake, I hope that he can, as we're going to get back into this third map, Raisy versus DaHanG on Veil.
Raisy will have Mega Side. He managed to get the rockets into LG early on. I do like that spawn. You get a couple of the trifecta going fast, and you can get some denials going on the rockets. He's got to be careful here. He'll make his way back up, has to get Mega Health. Will make it in time, but your stack's not looking good still.
Oh, what a rocket.
Tasty shot right there. Raisy has to back out of this, looking for the light armor, but he's still not safe. Oh, I think he was quiet at exactly the right moment to not get DaHanG, to get a little more curious.
So a heavy pickup will go to DaHanG. He's going to get positioning on this Mega, and it was delayed by a lot, but that's not going to stop DaHanG from making his way onto it. Raisy's going to be nowhere to be found. He wants to slow things down. See what's best here. Yeah, it looks like DaHanG. He's trying. There it is.
Whoa.
I think it was a tactical delay is what we'll call that. DaHanG. Absolutely.
It was so tactical that he's not actually going to get the heavy afterwards.
Yeah. Unbelievably tactical. A bit of a misstep there from DaHanG. Struggling with that Mega pickup maybe. But it's all big cloud data. And again, the big cloud data seems to be acting up. Again, no frag though. So whatever technical difficulties we're running into, hopefully we can get those sorted.
Very similar situation. And you know, yeah, time to put the headset down a bit. But
he's going to take all the time that he can to just kind of breathe.
And he won't be unhappy with that. You're making a movement slip up and an item goes away. It was more or less exchanged. DaHanG had the better sort of first 45 seconds and it's about to switch. It's, you know, little makes no difference at this stage. So guys will look to get this rectified as soon as possible, but bear with myself and 40 while we take you through story times.
Yeah, how's your tap dancing? I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while since I've been to classes, but we'll see. Again, the story of the day, I think, is Cypher over Rafa.
It's got to be right.
That was an insane
I think the one story to look at has definitely been Wenger, because he's obviously the hometown boy, but I think Cypher right now is writing himself a new mark in history. But
well, third map will await. We're going to take a short break while we sort these out. Is DaHanG going to fight back, or is Raisy going to complete the sweep 3-0? Stay tuned, guys. Bear with us. We will be back as soon as we can.
Da piccolo parlavi con le macchine, i pupazzi, le lampadine. Pensavi di avere occhi capaci di vedere oltre gli ostacoli. I dinosauri non si erano estinti. Tu li vedevi dappertutto e ci potevi giocare. E sapevi che la mamma ti sarebbe stata vicina. Sempre. Sai una cosa? Avevi ragione. Nasce Vodafone Giga Network 5G. Realtà e fantasia sono finalmente connesse.
Un vero giocatore guarda sempre avanti, al prossimo traguardo, alla prossima gara o al prossimo notebook. Per questo c'è Noteback. Fino al 31 dicembre acquista un notebook di almeno 599 euro con processore Intel. Entro 2 anni sei libero di acquistare un nuovo notebook, restituire il primo e ottenere un rimborso del 50% del suo valore. Noteback, la promozione per chi insegue sempre la performance migliore. Euronics, vive le tue passioni.
Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo.
Ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We are going to be moving back into Raisy versus DaHanG in just a moment. It looks as if everything has been ironed out, so thank you so much for your patience. Where were we? 40. We were moving into Veil.
I didn't know that I couldn't plug in my charger in that outlet. I didn't know that that was a thing. So that might be my bad, but we got that fixed. We got it out of the way. DaHanG Raisy, again, if you're just tuning in, Raisy is up 2-0 in the set. DaHanG fighting for his tournament life. The map is going to be Veil. And now that he's had a bit of a break, let's see if DaHanG can go in with a clear head, start fresh. Let's see if Raisy can complete the sweep. Map number 3 on Veil is live right now.
Let's do it. We've been teased a couple of times, but this is going to go the full way on this occasion. We start with DaHanG, who is on Eisen, of course. He's got himself the rockets and the lightning gun. He'll get himself over to Mega fairly quickly. Raisy, you can expect to have the railgun at this stage. He might have even gone for the heavy machine gun and possibly the nails too. Definitely the tri-ball, as we have just seen.
Dodging that rail a little bit here. Just sitting outside the Thunderdome. LG out, a little bit of a tickle there. Another missed rail there. Raisy hits that one with the double jump. Needs to be careful, and he's going in like a wrecking ball. The nails and the berserk, the punches come out, and he absolutely beats and batters DaHanG for that first frag.
We get the punches for first blood here on Veil. That's
Sometimes
something
you gotta
special.
go berserk.
Indeed. He's going to make sure he tells forward a bit, not to get through the teleporter. Once again, finds a direct rocket. DaHanG going to look to surely get away. Double peek back in, but is going to be met by the rail. DaHanG is still railable himself. Raisy wants to peek in. Those rockets are awfully close. He might have to fade away. Being that low on HP, he's still going to aggress onto the heavy armor. Fair play, Raisy. I thought that was risky, but it looked as if DaHanG did not want to get involved any further until he could stack up.
What a rail. Raisy looks back, tries to get a rail of his own. He's going to move his way towards the Mega. DaHanG down from below, trying to spam some rockets to the grates. No dice, does it a great rail. Responded well by Raisy as he hits a rail of his own. Doing a good job keeping DaHanG extremely low on stack. There's a good preemptive rocket. The prediction was right on point. The LG to finish was fantastic. Raisy up 2-0.
He's going to find him right off the spawn. He's got the railgun. DaHanG does land the rail shot that he needed to apply some pressure. He's going to be looking to punish on the heavy a bit. He's not able to. A very sensible angle picked by Raisy. Missed rail shot, and there's going to be 2 rockets back-to-back to put Raisy 3-0 up.
Not a good start for the North American here as he's down by 3, but very strong start from Raisy here. A little bit of a misstep right there, but no big deal as he's going to be satisfied grabbing the Mega, and he's definitely going to be satisfied with this 3-0 lead. Heavy's going to be up into 5 seconds as he slowly makes his way towards the churro, trying to figure out exactly where DaHanG may be positioned. There's the rocket jump up and a clean pickup for Raisy.
Yeah, no funny business going on. DaHanG's been pretty quiet over in this room. Raisy looks like he wants to chase. There is going to be the turret to be cautious of, but he takes care of it no problem, taking no additional DPS. Light armor on his way past, and is he going to be able to punish on the exit of the Mega Health? It doesn't even get taken by DaHanG. Rocket to shotgun. That's one more for Raisy. He's making minced meat of DaHanG at the moment, 40.
And this is Veil of Raisy right now. We saw Raisy's keep, and he's putting on a show right now. And a bit of a telly dance off right there, and he's just going to go berserk, just waiting. There's the gauntlet. More punches. Oh! DaHanG gets the gauntlet, and Raisy's like, how did that just happen to me? Why?
If you teleport a jump that many times, I think you just infect your opponent with confusion.
I absolutely guess so. You grow stronger somehow. DaHanG making it work, and that's the first frag for him on the board. Getting caught out now with the nails. Raisy going in. Trying to hit that last bit of damage here. 225s for DaHanG, still railable. Just barely. Raisy wins out on that heavy 50 shard, and an extra health bubble will help with that cutoff by Raisy with the LG. Drops literally in his face and melts him.
That was incredibly quick. We've got a strong push from DaHanG right on the respawn. He's got to watch out for the turret. Dodges it flawlessly. That was pretty impressive movement. And good read of the trajectory. So he's going to find a rail straight away, looking for one on the other side. Creative angles that Raisy's picking up. Heavy armor is going to be there. He's waiting to see if DaHanG is going to push the lightning gun spawn. And he sees that the turret's there, so we'll get rid of it. Onto heavy. DaHanG spotted. He takes damage, but he's got information. Okay, DaHanG is hitting like 3 rails in a row, and he's still pushing, and DaHanG's like, seriously, man, you gotta leave me alone for a moment.
Respect me. as he hits all of those rails. Still down by 4 frags, but plenty of time. If DaHanG can keep up shots like that, he'll be back in this in no time here. So he's making his way towards the heavy. It's going to be up in 6 seconds. A little bit of a prediction rocket, making sure Tri-Bolt is clean for this pickup here. And he will win it flawlessly. No damage taken. That's going to be huge for DaHanG moving forward.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a grind at the moment, but okay, Raisy just appears out of nowhere. He lands so many rockets. That's
gorgeous.
Unbelievable. What Raisy is doing at the moment is confusing DaHanG a lot. He's coming in so fast, the double jump, he's ducking, diving, jumping
hitting
over.
everything.
He's using DaHanG as a sort of hurdle.
So much LG. DaHanG with some rockets, can't land. 8-2, and it's got to be so frustrating when you make suboptimal plays, but your incredible aim makes up for it. Raisy with a great rail, looking for another one. The double jump into shotgun, not a lot of damage. Looking for the rail through the grate, can't quite thread the needle. 8-2, DaHanG will win the Mega. But is that going to be a big enough victory here? Turret goes down and immediately out, as Raisy will claim the lower 50 shard.
And with all the weapons that he's got on the stack, it seems like he's perfectly in control of this important side of the map where all the big items are at. There's going to be heavy up in a second. Sees the door open, but not fearing any threat anytime soon. Jump up, there is into the rockets. Turret's not there at the moment. Rail's going to miss from DaHanG. Mega Health is still up. Again, looking for that difficult rail shot, but he falls off, does not get the Mega Health. Maybe 40, this is a small opening for DaHanG.
I think it wasn't even so much respect as I have a 6 frag lead with 4 minutes left. I could give this up. I can concede that, fine, keep my stack, no big deal. DaHanG still has to capitalize by doing damage. That's going to be a decent start. The turret is going to hold him up. Wow, DaHanG is just doing a great job of placing that turret in such a way to kind of trap the heavy, but Raisy survives, but took so much damage from that.
He took a lot, but he's had a nice recovery. I like the way he got rid of the turret. He had to really check if the coast was clear with DaHanG actually being there. But now he's under a lot more pressure. DaHanG, he's going to be on the run after Raisy very soon. The heavy's going to be up, and his stack is going to be looking very strong. But Raisy, oh, he finds him as he's jumping through the air up to the top. Does find himself being railable, but drop back down and just sneak away. Just listening out, I like that. Something next close to the wall facing, getting as much audio as possible. Respect the turret.
Zoo, we're 3 minutes away, less than 3 minutes away from a clean sweep of DaHanG.
I gotta say, it's been pretty convincing.
Raisy just looking so strong. Rockets, there's a double jump to avoid, and somehow gets the heavy, almost hits the rail on the exit as well. Both players extremely weak, and that was very, very fortunate for both players. Again, Raisy has the lead, though, so even if he went down there, maybe not the biggest deal. He left DaHanG very, very weak, finally getting the Mega and a 50 shard, so DaHanG's looking healthier. But with a frag deficit this big, eventually you have to get a move on and get something rolling.
Yeah, indeed. And every time he runs into Raisy, he's got these strange movements which he can't seem to deflect anyway. On the teleporter exit, Raisy goes through and somehow manages to be the one to deal the damage. Mega Health is going to be up in a second. DaHanG going to be nearby. He's starting to apply the pressure again. Raisy, yet to take any damage in this fight, backs away and there's no problem. DaHanG's gone up to the Mega spawn. It's not coming up anytime soon, and Raisy's like, you chill there. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I'll just leave you right here. I'll bring you back something nice. Less than 2 minutes now, 6 frags. And Raisy, he might casually stroll his way to a 3-0.
Yeah, just strut into a semi-final. It could happen. And that could be a very exciting game a little later today if we are going to be seeing Cypher versus Raisy. They've got a fun history in Quake Champions, but DaHanG is looking to have some kind of last say in this map. There's little time left for him to do that. Raisy's just
doing a little dance there, and the rockets coming out into the shotgun. Can he finish the frag? DaHanG trying to make something happen with that rail. That was a fantastic rail. Almost hits the second one, 70 HP, but Raisy with the final rail in the coffin. 9-2 with a minute left. And I think he knows, and I think we might know. And this is now the biggest upset of the tournament, I would say.
Would you say so?
With the sweep?
Okay, maybe in that fashion.
Again, it's not that he won; it's how he won, similar to Cypher over Rafa.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I don't think Raisy winning is a surprise. Definitely, just 3 convincing straight maps is for sure not what was expected. I'm sorry if I reacted a bit aggressively.
It's okay. I'll deal with you later. How dare you speak to me that way? 20 seconds left on the clock. Raisy 9-2. And he just punched his ticket to semi-finals against Cypher.
Not sounding too bad for him. There it is. Just going to back away a little bit. Does DaHanG want to get involved in any more fights? Can try his best, but Raisy just got to stand up.
He wanted to go full Superman on him, and that's going to end it there. Raisy with an incredible 3-0 over DaHanG will advance to the semifinals against Cypher in the Cathedral.
Not looking too bad at all. And you know what? The whole way through, especially at the end, it just looked like he was having some fun.
Yeah.
And that's it. What happens when he's, I don't know, serious?
A bit of a victory lap there, but yeah. Blown off some steam maybe after that one. 3-0. Very, very dominating performance.
No, it's been absolutely immense. Guys, we're going to send it over to Jorisar, and he's going to be having a small chat with our victor.
Congratulations, Raisy, and 3-0, like very, very impressive score there, and also just a very calm and composed performance from you throughout. How are you feeling about your level going into the semi-final? Are you feeling confident that you're at your max level?
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing on the level I expect from myself, and I was very comfortable with my champion picks as well, and the order of the maps. I was just playing my game like usual, and it worked.
Now, that level that you expect of yourself is going to have to go up against Cypher in a semi-final, and he's been doing some incredible things this weekend. What do you think about that matchup?
It's gonna be fun.
All right, well, best of luck and congratulations once again. Casters, plenty to talk about at the end of that match. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Jorisar. It's been a lot of fun, and I think that Raisy is going to be having some more fun. He knows he's got some history going with Cypher. It's going to be interesting to see how they clash, as they've had a little back and forth. The history started being a bit more in favor of Raisy, but more recent times, Cypher seems to be kind of understanding his game a bit more. So we'll have to certainly explore that a little later. While right now, we get to see a whole heap of the highlights of the punch versus pummel.
You know,
the grand finale there.
You go into the top 8 and you think there's no such thing as an easy game, and Raisy just made that set look easy.
Yeah.
And that